Did I do it? Wait. Maybe I didn't. Oh, wait. Hello? I did do it. Nice. I didn't see the YouTube one. I thought I didn't do it, but I did do it. Professional. Still a professional. Maiko, getting first 7 times. How you doing? And welcome in for 47 streams. Are we ready to nerd out again? I sure am. Zaps, welcome in for 351 streams. Right, so here's the idea. This planet, well, I don't know. Do we do more to this planet first? Before we like full nerd out kind of thing? Let me check. Where did I send these? So they're all going over there to get refined carbon, gold, sedimentary rock. Right. Let me see. So sends green signal when the rocket is ready for flight. Green signal equals launch. So I think if we literally... let's build it out of the higher one just in case. If we do that, surely that just sends it, right? Morning, Zaps. How you doing? Let me get the tabs open. Right, so what we achieved yesterday with our immense ability was we now have 2 rockets that collect resources from around the map. And then in the process of doing that, we're generating heat, which is converting polluted water into water. The only problem is it's outputting very warm water, and I don't know what to do with that yet, but I just think it's cool that we're making it. So we're just going to leave it alone for a bit. Oh, and it makes power for free. Nice. Well, not for free because we're using the rockets, but we would have been using the rockets anyway, so, you know, feels pretty free. Another thing we wanted to do was creating a new hot room somewhere, which we could have just done it on the bottom end of this, but we'll leave that for now. We want to redo any power systems that uses the old power wires, because that's currently is a big limiter for us. So things like this room up here, which is just there to cool this. That's its only job. We've got this room here doing something very similar. So what are our options? One of them is to move the power room somewhere else. I don't like these. I really don't like these because they output carbon dioxide. We have a lot of natural gas though. We have so much salt water. We have a lot of salt water. We have a lot of polluted water, but the polluted water is actually currently going into actual water. So the polluted water is going down a lot. Yeah, that's going down a lot. I think we used to have 23,000 kilograms. So I think we might be overusing water. Currently, what's all our water usage? Our water usage at the moment our output is going over to the oil planet to make oil. And then another big portion of it is the plants. I don't know if we need that many plants. Because I thought this was automated. Oh, did we turn it off? Did we turn it off, or is that a bug? We must have turned that off at some point, because we had spare water. So I guess we'll turn that off for a bit. Try and back up on some water. Yeah, that should be fine. We'll turn that off a bit. Right, power-wise, our only real places that are causing problems power-wise is this one to get rid of the steam water. This whole system here is also old wiring, and I think that's the only place that uses that. I think we've converted everywhere else. Have we converted down here as well? Ah, we haven't. We never converted that when we had access to that room. Hey, Peggy. Welcome in for 356 streams. So the power wires down here didn't get converted. Ah. We're going to clear this because that's not actually... I think that's milligrams. What? Oh, it was actually cooling down. May have jumped in a bit early there. How you doing, Peggy? It's good to see you. Right. This guy wants spicy tofu. So that means we're gonna need... what? How do you make spicy tofu? Because you can make tofu. Spicy tofu. Let me turn it off the food production as well. Consumables. So we don't want them eating tofu or spicy tofu. Okay, so no one can eat this. They're doing good, thank you. Got distracted with Cyberpunk. How are you enjoying it? How are you finding it? Probably would also not want them having just normal tofu. So, where's that tofu? I don't see it. Can they not eat tofu? They can only... maybe we've not made any. So that makes spicy tofu. How do you make tofu? That is... nosh bean. Uh-oh. How do you make nosh bean? Nosh bean. Tofu. How do you make it? It comes from a nosh sprout. Oh, it eats ethanol. Need to ask. I'm late to stream. That's fair. So we need ethanol. And how do you make that? With wood? With wood and an ethanol distiller. Bruh. Oh, wait. I think I saw ethanol on here, didn't I? Ethanol, yeah, we've got ethanol on this planet. So how... Okay, so this planet has ethanol. There's some more up there as well. Wait, is that it there? Oh! This planet can grow it. This planet can grow it. Okay, that's nice. The base is quite hot, but that's fine because we're about to break into here. And there's 12 of them on the ground right there. And then there's some more up there. I didn't even think of that. Wait, do they already have the beans? That is definitely a W, because I just figured out how to get them. Oh, they don't actually currently have any. But I'm gonna break in here. As long as none of this is like contaminated, it's not. I'm gonna go up there. Is that mud? No, that's just polluted dirt. So they should be able to get up there now. I do want to clear this whole planet out, deconstruct this whole thing, and then rebuild it correctly. I think that would be quite cool. But not, this planet won't be the first planet we do that to. Right, they're not doing this, so I'm going to do that. We'll enable the harvesting of that. Is there any other ones nearby? No. W. Is there any others around? Growing. Oh, it needs to be a negative temperature. And we're about to heat this room up badly. Let's try one of the old techniques and see if it works. The double door? Preferably a triple door. My phone's buzzing. Let me check. Oh. Let's see if this works. I don't know if it will or not, but we're going to give it a go. This is just to try and keep the heat on this side, because if these get too hot, it's not good. There is a lot of ethanol there. All good? Yeah, doctors. Doctors after stream again. Okay, of course they run out of work. Or quit. Right, as I do that. Okay, let's go back over to the main planet, which is this one. Also, something I found out, right? If we go to radiation, this is a nuclear reactor. Which could help us with the diamonds. But it makes a lot of power. So if we put it on this planet, no, this planet. Yeah, if we put it on this planet, this planet could be a radioactive planet. And we could... Chat says hi. I'll let the doctor know. Katie, welcome in for 366 streams. How you doing, Katie? But yeah, so we can make this planet a radioactive planet and put a big nuclear reactor on it. Which I think would be very cool. I'm not too sure how we're going to do it, but I think to start with, we just clear out everything that we can. Maybe try and get rid of some of this water. Would you click on the storage container for that event and check the food progress? Yes. No food progress. Oh, 33%. But I am about to. I've just started trying to get the stuff for it because I just thought I'd get this one out of the way. Don't bother with it? Why not? He already had it. Needs another tier 3 food. Oh! Damn. Damn. Okay, so what's how do I see what the other tier 3 foods are? I was considering letting you go down that rabbit hole. That would have sucked. How do I see what the other tier 3 foods are? Is that like in here? Food. I wonder how I get them to tell me what to do next. Database is a good choice to check if you don't see foods and consumables if you haven't discovered that. I definitely haven't discovered most of these. How do I make... Huh? How do I make this one? Lettuce? Omelette? I'm assuming that's a... Check the gas range building. Gas range? Cooks a wide variety of quality foods. Oh yeah, this looks high up there. That would be one. Look at that, 6,000 calories. If I could find a grub fruit. Whoops. I wish it did it for all of them. Oh wait. Like, I wish I could just unselect everything. Oh. Thank you. So I wouldn't want them eating anything Other than berry sludge. Or whatever. Just while we do this meat adventure. Or the food adventure. Out of there. So we just want that. Sounds delicious. Right. Yeah, so they just eat that. Oh, uh-oh. Wait. This planet, you guys can eat anything you find. Because I don't want them starving. Wait, maybe not. See how spicy tofu is a single column. That is tier 3 food. Oh, so this is tier 3 food and we have none of it. Or 4. Let me make an omelette and see if that counts as tier 3. So that means we need an egg cracker. Food. Egg cracker. I think 5 is the highest. Only gas range is top tier. Right. I'll see if an omelette's one. Well, apparently we don't have any eggs. Oh yeah, available 1. Picked up raw egg. I'm hoping it reaches here. It does. Waiting for the chef. There we go. Chef inbound. Omelette. Does that count as tier 3? No. Okay. But we could use the omelette to make... Is that like spicy omelette or something? No. That was one of the ingredients in the gas range thing. Spice grinder doesn't make food. Oh. Stations. Have I not researched it? No way. I haven't even researched it. Time to drive, trying a bit. Safe journeys. I did think it'd be a cool challenge to have one of every plant somewhere. I think that would be kind of cool. Right, we'll turn that off. Because one of the things I really want to do is I want to clear this whole planet out. Like, make a temporary settlement somewhere. And just clear this whole thing out and turn this into a radioactive planet. To make diamonds. And then send it back. Check the achievements in menu if want challenges. Yeah. Once we get more stable, I'll do that. But for now, I just want to improve nearby decor. Only 39. Decor. I'll leave it at that. But yeah, once we get like the other planets done, because I really want to have like a diamond production planet. I feel like that would be so cool. There are achievements you can't complete on this run. Is that the ones that are like survive the first 100 days without eating meat or something like that? Or survive the first 100 days without eating anything other than meat? I feel like if there's a game I 100%, it probably should be this game. This should be 100%ed. At some point by me. Super sustainable. Ah. If I do that, can you see that? No. Okay. I was just checking. Right, so I've got 52% of achievements. 52%. I've got 26 achievements in this game. So the one I think you're on about is have duplicants consume 400 calories of food without planting any seeds in a planter box, farm tile, or hydroponic, sorry, farms. There's, for 10 cycles in a row, have every duplicant in the colony complete at least one chore while wearing an exosuit. I don't know how that's not happened yet. Build at least one of each of the following rooms in a single colony. A nature reserve, hospital, recreation room, a great hall, a bathroom, a washroom, a greenhouse, and a stable. I don't know how we haven't got that yet. Some are harder than they seem. So I don't think we have a greenhouse or a stable. Improve duplicant morale by designing 4 areas. By designating 4 areas as a nature reserve. Ranches should be stables. Produce 10 tons of refined metal by ranching smooth hatches. Unlock every item in the research tree. Generate 240,000 kilojoules of power without using coal, methane, petrol, or wood generators. Have a duplicant eat 400,000 critter meat before the 100th cycle. Have a duplicant in a rocket survive in space for 10 cycles in a row with morale of 25 or higher. Ensure your colony legacy by fulfilling the requirements of escape thing. Extract uranium from beta hive without getting stung. That's with carbon dioxide. I know that much. Run a research reactor at full capacity for 5 cycles. That's one of the ones I want to try. Find and tame a gassy moo. Land dupes or rovers on all worlds in the cluster. Eventually I want to do that. Find and tame one of every critter species in the world. Default morphs only. Install 8 boosters in a single bionic duplicant. What is that? The bionic duplicants can get like perks. Successfully analyze at least one seed of all malleable plants. Mine 1 million kilograms from space POIs. Uncover the past, secure the future fiber, fulfilling the blah blah blah. Secure your colony's industrial future by fulfilling the power. Escape extinction by fulfilling the requirements of defense. It doesn't tell me a lot of these. Produce a data bank using a data miner operating at maximum efficiency. I feel like I've done that. Survive 100 cycles after collides with your colony. Oh, they've added a new one for the DLCs. So you have to get the DLCs to 100% the game. Because there's one here which is about the new DLC. I don't have that. I also don't know how much that is, but once we get really in, well, we are technically currently sustainable. We are technically currently sustainable. But I want a diamond planet. Dupes are infinite resource. I highly recommend to try the nuclear reactor in creative mode. Yeah. I watched a tutorial bite on it before stream, and it looks interesting, but it looks easy to blow up your planet. But once we get there, we need to clear that whole planet out first. Because I also want to harness some of the gold volcanoes for power. Alright. Consumables. Right, these guys are going to get my attention again. Love the colony. Always amazes to see what you can do in this game. Oh, this game's great. Dev, how you doing? It's good to see you. Right, so this planet, I don't want them eating everything. So we'll leave them with just the berry sludge and meal lice. So we want them to eat meal lice and just the berry one. How you doing, Dev? Right, let's break into here and hope we don't go boom. Doing great, thanks. Awesome, awesome. In fact, let's leave that there to try and prevent the heat as best as we can. Okay, boom. So we want them to send the beans back. To the main planet. I don't even know what that would come under. Bean. There we go. Oh, cooking ingredients. Bean. What's that? Boom. Okay, so they're sending the beans back to this planet. Did we research that thing yet? No, we're still waiting for the yellow one, which I think... Is that this? Yes. So that was just after some rad bolts. Ooh. Ooh. I turned off the power to this a while ago because we were struggling with power, and I may have forgot to turn it back on. That's a slight uh-oh. But it's fine. We'll recover. Hopefully. Right, there's also this, I think there's also other foods on here. Because there was... that. I don't know what that is, though. Why would you turn the power for your power... when struggling for power? Because we had a ridiculous amount of it. Oh, we weren't struggling for power. Sorry, I worded that badly. We were using too much power because up here, we've unfortunately built all of this with our level 1s, which is 20 kilowatts. And we don't have access to a lot of this yet, that we want to go in and change it. Because it would pretty much break most of these buildings. So we were trying to reduce how much power we were using, not because we can't produce the power, but because the power lines can't have it. So I want to redo that and put the new power systems in there, the new power lines. So we've still got the power. How's the spaceships doing? Oh, look, one of them's on the way back. I kind of want to catch what happens here. When are you due back? In 2 cycles. Let's hope we catch that. Before they were introduced? That was a while ago. I remember when they first introduced the overpressurizing of tiles, because I remember I once had like dirt surrounding a water tank and it was fine, and then they did an update, and after the update the tank exploded and I was like, this game's dumb. They broke the game, and I quit for like a month. I couldn't figure it out. I was like, why does everything keep going boom? Changed when it happens? Maybe. All I remember is that my water tanks kept like cracking and then disappearing after one of these big updates they did early on. It very much frustrated me. Have different strengths. See, I know that now. Back then, I think I struggled to get past like cycle 200. Oh, most of the time, once I ran out of coal, that was the colony done. I didn't know any other sources of power other than coal and natural gas and hydrogen. The hydrogen from oxygen production. I never did anything with thermo heat at all. I never touched it until this run. This was the first run I did that. And look how much further I got. I want to see this rocket land. It's currently carrying... oh, please tell me what you're carrying. How do I see what it's carrying? Oh, here we go. So it's carrying 2,000... so basically, roughly, approximately, 2 tons of that, 2 tons of refined carbon, 9 tons of sedimentary rock, and 2 tons of regolith. Did you even reach plastic when coal was game ending? I think... yes. I think I still... Isabella on the YouTubes, hello. I think I still made plastic once. I never made steel, I don't think. No, I definitely made steel because I used to get quite far into the game. It's what I used to do is I used to mine out the map and then give all of the resources to hatchers to make coal, and then have massive coal plants. But then once I ran out of the resources to feed the hatchers, that ended the game, normally. Or heat a few times. This is the first time I used the steam room as a heat deleter. Rookie trap. I know. It's easy to fall into, though. Because I think the thing with this game... Hello, Isabella. I think the thing with this game is you learn something new, and then you use it, and you can get, like, 100 cycles further than you normally would, and then you still die. And then you figure out, why did I die? That time was because of heat. How do I get rid of heat? Oh, there's this thing called a steam turbine. You can use that to cool stuff. There's a thing called thermodynamics. Let's use that. Or, oh, I didn't realize about solar panels. Induction includes you usually die a few hundred cycles before you realize it. Yes, that one hurts. I've had that before, where I ran out of algae, but I knew how to make oxygen production. I just never got round to doing it. And then before I knew it, it was too late. That's a bad feeling. Especially if you know how to fix it, you just didn't realize it was happening. Wine gums? You got wine gums? I like wine gums. 0.7 cycles till it returns, and I really want to see it return. There's a long period of where you learn how not to do things. Yes. Let me tell you how many hours I've got in this game. And I've only just really started getting the full concept of it on this run. Auction included. I have just under 800 hours in this game, and I'm only just at the point where I'm like, I could probably do this again. I could probably get a very late game cycle again. Because we raided someone the other day and they said, oh, I only get to like cycle, what did they say? Like 500, and I don't like going past that because I've run out of things to do. I'm on almost cycle 2,300 and we're nowhere near finishing what we need to do to get into the late game. I still think I'm like late mid game. No, I'm kind of in the late game. Like it's almost like, feels a bit like I can do whatever I like. I just need to build it correctly. So I guess I'm in the late game. But before this run, because I didn't learn anything to do with the power, the heat stuff, I think I only ever got to like the late mid game, maybe mid game. You do everything at 500 inside 500 cycles, but it takes a lot of knowledge and effort. Yeah, I guess so. Now that I know all of this, I imagine that I would be able to make like a thermo power plant like quite early on with either A, a volcano, or B, the core heat. Start cooling down the core very early on. Definitely with steam if I found a hot area. I have 5,600 hours and only have spaced out DLC. Oofed. I've got the bionic one, but I haven't used it. Oh, here we go. Look, spaceship, right? Went out. Oh wait, we got an artifact. I still don't know what these do, but anyway. Right, look at this. So we land. We have tons of resources. Some of it's colder than the rest. Ooh, wait. No, that's fine. It's still quite hot. Oh yeah, because it goes through these tiles, which also takes heat to the lower steam turbine. I didn't buy the other DLCs because I didn't want to spend another 5k hours. That's fair. Do you still play it as much as you used to? Look, so we've landed. We're gonna output all of the items we got, which is gonna take some heat down to the lower area. A day or two playing it every 1 to 2 months. Are you more of a watcher now rather than a player? Because I found I used to play StarCraft 2 all day, every day. Like when I was in my teen years. I loved StarCraft 2. And then I got to the point where I just watched it to enjoy it rather than actually playing it myself. Okay, I will get into trouble if I have a water gun pointed in my garden. So when the kids next door jump over the fence into the garden, standing on my storage box, I can shoot them with water. I mean, are the neighbors' kids jumping into your garden? I like helping new players that would give up playing the game otherwise. That's fair. I'm committed to playing it. That doesn't mean go away. I do really appreciate the help. It's a lot of help. I like talking about auction not included with people who understand auction not included. It's because they won't invest the time. Oh, look, wait. Hold on a minute. You're not emptied. Are you emptied? I don't think you're emptied. You've still got storage in there. Why did you take off? It wasn't ready for launch. What? Why would you launch there? You weren't emptied. You were not ready for launch. Wait, did I misread this? Sends green signal when the rocket is ready for flight. It wasn't ready for flight because it hadn't finished unloading. What? Come back. You were not ready to go. Come back. That's not a great way to write the platform. Did I just assume too much? Pizza? You having leftover pizza? Whichever size gets them to stop it, they have already cracked my storage box lid by jumping over the fence onto it. I would recommend getting a CCTV camera pointing into your garden, and when they do it again, you confront the parents and tell them to keep their kids under control. That's my recommendation. Aiden, how you doing? Good to see you. Oh, I missed your roll call apparently. Oh, there it is. Welcome in for 57 streams. Mostly because they were... Yeah, I read that one. Parents no, don't care. They also kicked a football at the joint wall, which is fantastic. I mean, if you've told the parents that the kids are damaging your property and the parents don't care, there's other methods you could do. They'd care if the police knocked on their door to tell the kids to stop breaking your stuff. How old are they? Because the kids won't go to jail. They're just kids. They'll just get one of those, like, behave kind of talks. I used to get them all the time as a kid from the police. I'm about to slam dunk this cat. It detects me. It doesn't leave my pizza alone. Oh. Since it's a council house, every call is recorded. The other's like 12. Yeah, I'd get a my recommendation for you to stop the problem is get a CCTV camera pointing into your garden. And if they jump over the fence and damage your stuff again, just go to the police. They won't do anything, obviously. I'll get him to come do it. Yeah. They probably won't do anything, but you can only hope. Right, why is that not unloading? Oh, it is. Oh, is that why... Wait. What happened? Oh, it's backfilled. That's the problem. Okay, we need an in-betweener. Falls through the storage box and impales himself on the rake and stuff. I'm covered. Yeah, especially if you've got... Yeah. Right, we need an in-between, but I don't want to lose all the heat. So this needs to be dumped somewhere. I can't remember if it's the bottom or the top one that does the cooling. I want to do this so there's not a an issue in here. Is this recommended? Do a little hiya. Plan C. Tundra, how you doing? It's good to see you. It will work. As long as it works, I'm happy. Oh, we're gonna need to fill this up slightly. Apparently I'm making everything out of steel for some reason. Right, so before this actually gets going, we'll leave this alone. Because we'll bridge onto it. Try and keep it safe. What is that? I know a lot of people put spikes on their fence, but I don't know the legal side of that. You know the little spikes? Not the ones that would like take your hand off, but the ones that are like very uncomfortable. I remember once. Me and my pal, when I was like quite young, my mom got the neighbor at the front door with CCTV footage of me and this guy from down the street just climbing over their front garden fence, and like the camera tracked us the whole way to like the side of their garage, and then we had to return some stuff that we found. For example, a bunch of horseshoes, which we thought were really cool. But as kids, we didn't see, you know, that's their horseshoes. You can't just go over their fence and take it. Back in my day. I was a kid. I don't think that counts as back in my day. Not by much, I don't think. Oh, wait, would that not... I'm gonna deconstruct that. No, it won't transfer. It can't transfer to an item, I don't think. I'm 8 years... Huh? 8 years older. I'm now 26. Why is that not moving? Is that just stuck now? Oh, it is. That's weird. If that was plumbing, it would move to there. Coding for shipping is different. That's weird. Okay, so now, if this ever backfills, it's not going to prevent the ships from unloading. I think that's what caused the issue. Where's that one? Oh, it's still returning. Also, if we've got more than one on the path, is that not bad? Have a bridge before to save energy? What would that achieve? A bridge before it. Oh! Ahahaha. I like that idea. Stream stalled for a bit, didn't hear the question. I originally said, why would I do that? And then I had a look and I was like, oh, I get what you mean. And I liked the idea. Did I miss something? You guys. It's gonna leave you guys to it. Oh, that's interesting. It stutters. I want a second output. Because if both rockets land at the same time, this is gonna stutter, and then this is gonna send the spaceship, right? Because look, currently, cargo transfer is not complete, but watch this, because I think this is what happened. If I do that, why did it? Yeah, look, it says cargo transfer complete because this is blocked up. Do you know what I mean? It didn't used to do this. That's why it went off again. So I'm trying to figure out what I do to stop that. We might have to have these separate. It would just wait. Not anymore, apparently. Let me see. It doesn't immediately stop. So I'm gonna pause this for a minute. Just so we can try and do a bit with both spaceships here. Also, have you seen this? This is still over here. I still don't know what this is. Them both near the can opener. And then have this send it. Showing something on the other map, probably. Right. Wait, what are they doing? Why are you picking up the stuff from here? Go away. What are they doing with the gold? What do they need gold that desperately for? I'm following you. Oh, it's for that. Separated by... Oh, is that actually what happens? Right, here we go. So, we are gonna disable this. Remember, so 25. Remember, I'm gonna copy the setting. I can't. What is that? There's liquid uranium in here. How did liquid uranium get in here? You have a new viewer? Discord? What? What am I missing? I was just letting you guys have your conversation. Am I supposed to look on Discord? Oh, Discord pets. As in, go to pets on Discord. She's watching... Just smile and wave. I got so confused what I was supposed to do. Because I read that a minute ago, the Discord pets thing. Had something that shouldn't be there. I was just thinking, I imagine they got uranium ore on there and it overheated. And it made that. But it should be fine. Wait, what? Apparently there's just a casual wait, what? It didn't break the shipping, did it? Yeah, it must have accidentally got uranium in there. Right, so this is above 25. So we'll turn both of those off. And then we're gonna try and fill up the system. Why are we picking on llama? Maybe laid on the washing box. Oh, I forgot to turn my washing machine on. Bear with. LJ, appreciate the tier 1. Welcome back, KT. Welcome back, thank you, thank you. I don't think there's a... Oh yeah, there's one gap there. Once we fill that, we're done. Wait for it. Wait for it. Here we go. How's the cooking going? Oh. I may have forgot that. I may have forgot all about that. And now we're working on spaceships. Right, so this should be below 25. No, above 25. Yeah, I may have got distracted. Oh, someone got food poisoning. Uh-oh. Where's the germs? This food has food poisoning on it. Where did they get food poisoning from? There's 4 million rations here that have food poisoning on it now. How did that happen? Is everyone gonna get food poisoning now? Guess we'll make some of them. How did that happen? Three washing stations, 6 unusable buildings. Oh, 6 usable buildings. Oh, so do you think... Yeah, but doesn't this get rid of it? Maybe I've done this wrong. Right, you are now a priority 9. We're gonna do both. Wait. Yeah. Damn. That won't help much. Food poisoning is spreading throughout the base. I guess we're gonna move all the food into the chlorine gas area. Ooh, or do we do... Is it time to make a freezer? Because I'm pretty sure I like making a chlorine-filled freezer. Yeah, because I'm... Maybe build it here. So all food...
Bob the Mighty Man's messes with the machines that make magic happen in the Magic Machine game. He makes nuclear plants yet poisoned his whole base.
Cheers for that. Yeet is a better word for throw. Right, we're gonna make... is there a cooling system nearby? There is a cooling system here. Why is this off? Oh, we never turned it back on after we added the other stuff. So send green signal if above 0. I forgot we never turned that back off after we inputted new liquids. Okay, so this is going to be my first ever food freezer. Aha, right, so this is now outputting. So what I want to try is if I now connect that from there to there, let it run slightly. Automation, because it's about to go anyway. Do that. Will it get triggered by this being blocked one alternating blockages? No. Okay, so also, where's the artifact go? Remove. Priority 9. So why is this now not going? Destination set. That'll probably be why. So go there. Shipping. That doesn't have uranium on it, does it? No. So that's gonna go. And hopefully this will only go once it's emptied. Right. Freezers need to be at -18. Okay, that's doable. -18. So, -18 to 20. This reduces it by 14. So, send green signal if above -6. Should always keep it around -20. Oh. Wait, we can leave that one at 0. Rookie mistake about the temp value? Uh-oh. Go on. Set me straight. Or do you mean the 0 is freezing? It's usually unintentional innuendos. Or intentional. You don't account for the thermal mass of everything in the system. Ah, so because we're gonna have about 10 million calories in here, is that the issue? Where's my hydration? Oh, I didn't see it. Multi-chat doesn't show that for some reason. Oh, so is it better to keep it colder? Because I also need to figure out how we make sure all food goes into it. Because we're going to want one of these always full. We can also now use a pressure plate as well. So we know it's going to go here, so we can get rid of that. It's the bestest thing in the world. I do miss it for some reason. Let me open up the right tabs again. It keeps closing. 10 million, that sounds like a healthy amount of calories. Done it. Right, I've never done this before, so bear with while I figure this out. So step 1 is we want this to have quite a pressure of chlorine gas. Probably don't need it pressured, but I'm gonna do it anyway. How are we gonna get it up here? Anything above 8 tiles is fine. Oh, we're gonna want to have a one of the, yep. We need a vacuum in here. Hello? Why can't I place you there? We're doing this for style points. My freezer setup uses conveyor chutes, diagonally vacuum. The diagonal vacuum I'm getting better at. I haven't done many of them, but I am definitely getting more confident with them. For example, I did one down here. Yeah, look, a diagonal vacuum. So I have done them before. It's, I'm just getting used to them. We're probably going to need super coolant for that one. Right, how are we going to get the chlorine up here? At work now. Bye. Catch you in a bit. It's good to see you. This. yes. That goes to there. Then that goes up, up, up over there, up here. Perfect. This base is not the cleanest. Right, ventilation. Straight down into there. Nice. Right. So that's that. Also use hydrogen gas instead of liquid. I also use hydrogen gas instead of liquid. Hydrogen gas? What, for the vacuum? Ah! Tell them I... Or keeping it cold enough. Oh, wait, so you... Oh. So freezing it kills germs. It doesn't have to be chlorine, because the freezing should do it anyway. Is that what you're saying? Chlorine kills germs, but does freezing it also kill germs? Freezing makes it last forever, so you need both. So what's the hydrogen for? Oh, instead of supercoolant? I use the gas coolers. Oh. I've not done that yet. What does chlorine freeze at? Chlorine. CLU? Chlorine? How do you spell chlorine? CH... Oh, CHL. CHL. Chlorine. Oh. I'm glad I checked that, because I was going to turn that into like -50. So this one wants to be send green signal with below. So it can't go to what? -34. So -19 should keep that more than cold enough. Well, let's go -15 just to be safe. And then the coldest it will get is -29. Right, so we want all food to go right into the center of this room. Then we want one of these. Check the foods and see the temp deep freeze stays. It's only going to be this, pretty much. Oh, it doesn't tell me. Negative 18 to negative 20. You just know that, or am I missing something? Right, because most of it's here. Peggy's just, yes. I'm getting obsessed with it. 4 episodes in, and it's so good. The acting's wicked. What's that? What did I miss? Such a good show. I stayed up till 5 a.m. watching Peaky Blinders. Oh, I love that. That's so good. I have one downside to my personality, is it's very... Sometimes it can mimic quite a lot, which isn't the best, but, you know, if the personality decides to mimic something and I don't realize, then, you know, can't do anything about it. But I need to be careful sometimes with the stuff I watch. When I was a kid, I used to watch Zack and Cody, the American TV show, quite a lot, and I developed an American accent for quite a while throughout my childhood. So I wasn't allowed to watch that anymore. Right, that's now done. Zack and Cody, good old days. Why is this not going? Oh, it's disabled. Right, so this is going to put all food there. Shipping. Conveyor loader. We want that to go. How are we going to do this? Because preferably I sit it all in this room to begin with to remove all germs, and then we take it somewhere else. Or am I supposed to just give the dupes access to this room? Am I supposed to just give them access to this room to collect the food from, or am I supposed to move it out of this room to like a fridge? Yes. That's the fun part to figuring it out. Surely I just give them access to this room. Ooh, or I don't, and I don't think I will. I'm going to set this to manual use and have it one priority under one of these. Yes, that's what we're doing. We're going to deconstruct that and that. I think I know what I want to do. If you give me a moment, I'll show you. Where's my chlorine gas? What's taking you so long? Oh, now it has no power. Okay. Now I bet this is... I'm also going to want a door here so I can limit the access. Oh, I can't. Oh, that's just brilliant, that. Oh, no. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put a power... Priority 9 there. We're going to deconstruct that, and then we can put a door under it. I am lost in Discord where there are posts and auction not included screenshot. That would just be general media, which is under the media section. Why can't I put you there? Is it because it's underwater? Hopefully this doesn't lose our vacuum. This is not the most efficient for the dupes, but I don't think I mind currently. Might take a bit. Uh-oh. Right, now can I put a door there? No, can I put a door there? Are the doors broken? Oh! It's because of the background. Different drive and have no access to needed files. Uh-oh. Right. Let's try something. This is just to try and clear our food poisoning problem. This will be that. I think that's the only food they're gonna get in here. Right. We're also gonna do that. And then just to speed this up, we're gonna do that. Okay, not all of this has germs. But just because a lot of it does, we're gonna try and clear germs from everything we have. I don't think they need to come in here and disinfect it, because surely the chlorine gets rid of it. It does. So they don't need access to this room. Oh, they do if I want them to do this faster. What's it called? Yeah, what's that? What? Can they not manually do that because it can't go in here? They can't put edible things in the auto dropper. That's ridiculous. I'm gonna do sweep only, allow manual use. We're gonna fully sweep that room. I posted the screenshot. Oh, that's cool. And the mover can access it because it's diagonal. Ooh, that's very cool. How do I beat this heat? Don't say change out of black clothes. I don't have any. The black clothes only really affects it if you're in the sunlight. Aha! That's all our calories right there. With no food poisoning, right? Oh, there's a tiny amount of food poisoning and the half-life is kind of slow. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait. Boom. We have deleted the food poisoning on all of our food. So this is going to be no longer sweep only. Allow manual use. This will be priority 9. No, this will be priority 8. And then this will be priority 9. Wait. Yeah. So in fact, we'll just do 6 and then 7. And this will be the berry that. We can then get rid of all of these. One can, one can't. GG, definitely GG. Because we had a slight food poisoning problem on all of our food. So now we do berry like that, and then we stop the access to this room. So what this will do is this will keep that fridge stocked. Oh, we should have put it on a weighted plate. One fridge should be enough in your case. Nice. I don't know how the weighted plate works. Sucked by a back wall. What if we did... I'm going to let them back in for a moment. What if we did that and then placed it? Because I think it goes clockwise like that to figure out where to put it. Okay, can you guys stop? Did I fix it? Right. Current ambient pressure. So all of this, that's only 3 million rations. Where have they put the rest of my rations? Right, quickly, someone come place some of that. What do you expect from the weight plate? I expect that I can do, if it's over a certain amount of weight, then we stop the food production temporarily. That was the current brain thinking. That will work. Nice. Also, I don't need to deep freeze this. I just realized. Oh, wait, what? It overheated? Why are you not running? Automation grid? Bruh. How do I get in here? Welcome to late game. I had the wrong setting on that and it cooked the whole thing. Also, this doesn't need to be cold, but I'm going to do that anyway. Because I want all food stored in the deep freeze. And mistakes from 200 cycles ago. Do you know what's funny? I built that probably over 1,000 cycles ago. And I just never set that to the right temperature. And because we wasn't cooling things much, we've never needed it. And it just never came up. I built that when we built this. And that was a long time ago. Oops. Age of building. There we go. 322 cycles ago. That doesn't feel like that long ago. What about this? Is this whole thing only 300 cycles ago? Let's go for super coolant. Wait, what temperature is it in here? About 280, and it should be cooler by the time we get in. Yeah, that's fine. Almost 400 cycles ago, we made a mistake. We just found it. Right, they can't go in and out anymore because we've set up the automation, and this is going to be allow manual use. Anything edible. We'll put that to 6. Oh, wait. Except for bristleberries and sleetweed, right? Because the bristleberries are needed to make stuff. So that's 7. That's 6. So they should never take it from there to there. Sweep that again. Also sweep that for the fun of it. Right. Did they ever put water here? No. Oh, wait. I'm dumping liquids into space. I'm wondering where it's going. There we go. So now... Oh, but that's definitely going to have a vacuum behind it. Unless, can I just say do that? I can. Perfect. Mop. We're in using the vertical. Now I'm looking at the screenshot. I realize that I have no memories. Why there are two sweepers like that? See, when I came back to this world after a long time away, I had similar thoughts of what am I looking at? Why is this here? Why is this disabled? The super coolant stayed quite cool, to be fair. Okay, we'll let you back in. But let's turn this off manual use while we do that, though. I mean, we got decent power from it. Just get some ice cream. Right, plumbing. That needs to bridge on. This is the problem with this game. You never get what you want to get done. But it also means you can play for 800 hours and still feel like you've done nothing. Oh, that was almost the perfect amount. Right, now we can enable that. If send green signal if above -15, I think it was. Hey, welcome in. Hey, first time chatter, how you doing? Let's go -10. No. Yes, -10. Because then it should be between around -24. And -10. No. -20. And then technically it can't freeze -19. We'll go with that. See how that works. And then we want this. So the current weight is that. Wait. Where's all of our food? I don't know. So let's say send green signal if below 1,000 kilograms of food. So then if we check the automation, we're in the middle of working. We're kind of mixed at the moment. We accidentally found out all of our food had tons of food poisoning. So now it doesn't, because we made this chamber here. We're trying to freeze the food into deep freeze. We were also trying to get this to work. Why is that not going? Because I disconnected it. Right, that's gonna go. Okay, that's away. So what this is over here, we did this yesterday. Essentially, it takes the heat from the launchers. By the way, run the cooling pipe through the weight plate. The cooling pipe through the plate. I can do that. Does that just... Oh, wait. Does that just help with it going through the plate? Above where... I am at 8. Temp transfer to food, plate is best. Right, got you. But yeah, so what this does, we did this yesterday. It takes the heat from the spaceships launching and uses it to make steam power, which also converts polluted water into actual water just for the fun of it. There's no real reason for that other than it's free energy. Might as well use it for something fun. So that's doing that, and then these spaceships are just going backwards and forwards from there. The thing I actually loaded the game up to do today was totally different. What I wanted to do was mine out this planet, make a living area, and then use this planet for a nuclear reactor and create diamonds on this planet. We haven't even sent a spaceship there or done anything about that because we've just been side projects all the time, which is pretty much what this game is. Right, is this room now fixed? I apologize for breaking you. I'm hoping that is now fixed. We might as well leave this vacuum lock there. Do you have a planet with satellites? They're a good source of rebels. Satellites. Oh, I've got this planet here, which uses the solar power. And then whenever we're sending stuff, it just does that. But what we're doing on this planet is we get the heat from the different heat sources around the map. And then we use that to make energy, and the energy sends the resource from this spaceship, from this volcano here, sends it back to the main planet. Main planet receives it here, and then that gets taken down to the cooling room just to make sure it's cool enough before we send it into the base. Radioactives. Satellite? Satellites. Oh, this one? Oh, wow. Yeah, I didn't see that. Snow Cycle 160. Oh, you're early into the game then. I'm at almost 800 hours played, and this is the run where it's fully clicked into my head. Three rad bolt generators centered below the POI provides a ton of rad bolts. Yeah, this is ridiculous. I didn't even think of that. I was going to use all the uranium down here. Yeah, if we put some rad bolt generators next to this. Oh, it might be easier than I thought. Because we don't need the nuclear reactor, I don't think. This is enough radiation. So we could put some rad bolt generators here, power it with solar panels as long as we prevent the meteorites from doing anything to us. Low is the best. Tiles offsetting the radiation. Below. Right. Once we get around to that, that'll be really cool. I didn't even know that was radioactive. I seem to finally figure out sustainable power. I just learned a good ranching with stone hatches and regular hatches, although I feel I should check food poisoning. Have you moved into thermal power using heat sources? Once I did that, power was way easier. I've got one down here. You would have noticed when dupes started moving through there. Definitely. Because there wouldn't be dupes anymore. But yeah, this actually really helped me power-wise. And then we've also got some thermal power up there now. And then everywhere we're cooling also takes advantage of thermal power. Just to try and get as much back into the world as we can. I think water is probably my still biggest concern. Is still my biggest concern. I have a natural gas geyser and made some hydrogen gas chambers that self-sustain themselves for power. Right. I used to rely a lot on natural gas, but that, if you have a long dormancy, like this one, if you have a long dormancy, you can run out of power. So the best thing I did was diluting the different types of power generation. So instead of just natural gas, I've got natural gas, petroleum, hydrogen. I used to have coal, but I kind of stopped that now. Heat, 60 cycles dormant. Yeah, you could struggle later into the game. Yeah, as long as you have loads of different types, you should be golden. Okay, so water's now filling up all the way to there. Let's check the polluted water. Still got a fair amount, not too much, but a fair amount. Aha, right, so we're controlling the power here. Let's check the temperature in here. Temperature in there is negative 27. This tile is negative 21. The food, there is a ton of it, so it's going to take a while. Sterile atmosphere. It's slightly stale, but it's in deep freeze. Okay, so we've got... Okay, so the stuff in here now are deep freeze. And we can put that back to manual use. Nice. That's cool. Temperature of the actual food doesn't matter, only atmosphere temp. Oh, I didn't know that. Geysers output can vary by a lot. That was my... I used to... Okay, I'll tell you this. I used to have a seed that had 3 natural gas geysers on it. I think it was 3, maybe 2. But I think there was 3 natural gas geysers on this one planet. That was the seed I kept using for so long, because otherwise I wouldn't have a power source late game. But I still ran out of natural gas sometimes. Interesting, so high temp won't speed up spoil. I think it's only focused on low temp. Hey, appreciate the follow. It's very, very appreciated. Oh, apparently our food went low enough. Am I missing something here? Why? Where are they taking this food? Oh, they're looping it because I forgot to close this door. There we go. Right. Yeah, and that turns it back off. Okay, good. Since we have some space, let's put some more of these in here. Also, because this is only the berry stuff, we don't need to power that. It doesn't spoil. Can you explain how you're cleaning the food? Chlorine gas disinfects whatever goes near it. So I also use the same technique to cure germy polluted water here. I can send it through this chlorine chamber and it comes out without germs. Unfortunately, the system, I keep breaking it. Because it keeps just looping for some reason. And I don't know how to stop that. Other than the only thing I've done a few times is I stop that. Let it backfill, and then I turn it back on. Does it have a water sleeve? You need to redo the piping. What have I done wrong, though? Because I think I broke it when I was moving stuff in the area. And then I couldn't remember what I did the first time. Instead of the water sleeve. The water sleeves turns it to water, and then water can slowly kill food poisoning, but I think flow shouldn't be stable. Shouldn't be stable. It only matters if it's food poison, if there's food poisoning or germs in the polluted water. It should have alternating paths, so liquid stays in reservoirs to be cleaned. Alternating paths. As in... alternating paths. Also, now that we can do that, and some of this should be clean. Or at least being cleaned now, because there's some backup in there. I'll start my game and upload a screenshot. That would be appreciated. I'm not fully following, unfortunately. Normally I just do it like this, then it slowly goes down. Yeah, you see it going down. It's harder to explain. One thing I used to have is that it worked until this went dormant. Is I used to have it so if this wasn't, so if this was sending a red signal, it wouldn't input any liquid. But then this went dormant and it stopped working. Pludgy, how you doing? Good to see you. Unless I also bring this automation wire in. So the whole system only works when this is inputting water or can input water. Yeah, bear with, this is about to be done. So you can see this is the polluted germs, the food poisoning germs that come out of here, which starts with 11 million food poisoning. And we've just reduced it down to 0 germs with chlorine. So this is now, the water in the system's clean. And because I've backfilled it slightly, I'm hoping that that now will just clean it as it gets through. By the time it gets to the end, it should be clean. No. So then it's going to loop for a bit longer. See, once I prime it, it's fine. But then I have to, when this goes dormant, it stops working. How you doing, Pludgy? Pludgy, on unturned, I flew a helicopter. Twice? No, 4 times. Twice I blew up. Twice I successfully flew it. I landed it on top of the largest base on the server, just right in the middle of the roof. I don't think they were expecting people to do that because all their auto turrets were off. I think they just assumed people wouldn't do it. Or they ran out of fuel. How do you mix the water with the chlorine to clean it? I guess I'm confused. Okay. So when it's in the liquid reservoir, the atmosphere affects the contents. Ads. Bad timing. Alright, we'll wait. We'll wait. Just kind of looking around. So warm. Bludgy, are you house sitting again? Two weeks in total? How long you got left? Apparently I will have to find a save with that system. Saturday will mark 1 week. Oofed. If you're getting paid for it, fair enough, but... Oh, wait, I think that's what this... No, I don't know what that's for. Ah, fair enough then. We're just waiting for Dab to come back. They really want people to pay monthly. The ridiculous thing is, right, is as a streamer, if I turn ads off, it negatively impacts the channel. Anyway, but the inside, when something's in a liquid reservoir, it's affected by the atmosphere around it. So if I go to gases, you can see that this chamber here is full of chlorine. So whenever it's inside of the chamber, it's affected by the chlorine, and that's what's killing the germs. So see here, the germs is going down while it's in the reservoir. And then once it inputs new liquid from here, food poisoning goes back up. But yeah, put it into a chamber in the chlorine gas room. Yes. So if you have a chlorine gas room, whatever you put in there will have the germs killed. Not instantly, it takes a moment. Like you can see here, it's 500,000 germs. Now it's 250,000 germs. 100,000 germs. 50,000 germs. And it's based on a half-life, so it does slow down. So it has a half-life. 25,000 germs. 15,000 germs. 5,000. That's getting pretty low. 0 germs. So because there's 0 germs, it's now sending it off to the correct place. More than the bins will make me. But yeah, so that's what that does down there. And if you think of that same mechanic, that's what's happening up here to kill the germs on food, if there is any germs. The chlorine gas kills the germs. The temperature prevents things from going stale. Here we go. Right, and then it loops back to the start. And then the main input is bridged on. Right, I see what you mean. What's the... is that because it's so cold you're doing it with the extra stuff? There's a second shut off to speed up cleaning. Yeah, I see what you did there. Then automation remove the food when needed. So if I had a fridge in there, the food would slowly get safer. If you had a fridge in there. Yeah, if you're early game, and you manage to find a chlorine chamber and you put your food in there, it will remove food poisoning, if you had food poisoning as a problem. Second stops the loop before the germ check. I see what's happening. Yeah, that's a good way of doing it. I might have to switch to that in a bit. Do you, Dab, do you have a food poisoning problem? Because step one to dealing with germs is don't get germs. I watched that. I remember watching that on a tutorial once, and it said the best way to cure illness is don't get ill. And I'm like, I am ill though. What next? But yeah, so yeah, I remember watching that. I'm like, that doesn't help me. That might have actually been about DayZ, to be fair. Thinking about it. Step one in option not included is ignore it until it goes away. And if step one doesn't work, reload, try again. Right, what have we got left to do? So this is all working. Someone, I still don't know what any of that is. Let's check the star map. Is any of them on the way back? One's on the way back, one's on the way there. It's carrying 13 tons of stuff. Loads of gold. Sedimentary rock and stuff like that. Also, here's a question. TSZ1, because I never know how to pronounce your name. Does this ever come back once you get rid of these? Like, do they rebuild over time? Oh, it literally says recharge 70 cycles. I never knew that question. And then the second I ask it, I actually read. It's so warm. It's very warm. The back of my neck was on fire walking to the gym this morning. Nah, if it didn't work, you didn't wait enough. But yeah, so that's that. That's this. That's doing what it's doing. That's fine. Right. 2.5 hours later, shall we get back to trying to figure out what some other tier 3 food is? Deliver food to mailbox. Does it have to be tier 3? Where does it say that? Literally 2.5 hours after we were trying to do something. I'm assuming that's one. Wait, how do I have so much of that? Ingredient 1. No ingredients discovered? Well, I'm assuming it's the grub fruit. Because it's called grub fruit preserve. Gas range food. Oh yeah, we did discuss that, didn't we? That will be... Oh, and then I didn't research it, and now I've researched it. I should be able to do it. Gas range. Oh, that's big. Here, have a food thing over here. Oh, they can get to that. It needs natural gas. It's in the name. It sure is. Right, let's have a look at this. Awaiting fuel, that's fine. So all of this. So that is mushrooms and lettuce. Cooked seafood. Pepper bread. If I had the picture stuff, I could do that one. Let's see if we have any on the second planet. I don't. But the fact it's on there, does that mean is one option and you have the materials? That one? How do I make cooked seafood? Is that on here? Oh, cooked seafood. Then what was the other one that we needed? Barbecue. Which is a critter meat, and I don't know if we have any of them. There's one there, but I don't want to kill it in case we never get another one. Is there any down here? Lurk, making food. No eyes, appreciate the lurk. Aha, we'll get rid of that one. Wait, is that a, no. That little guy never stood a chance. That was a raiding party. That's what it looks like for the enemy team whenever I play a multiplayer game and there's clans on it. Because I started playing Unturned with a Rust mod. And there's like groups of ridiculous numbers of people just running around and bullying me. Right, so they're now gonna do... Are they doing it yet? Okay, so that one's making... What do you make? You're making the barbecue? Right, I'm watching. Where are you taking that? If you eat that, we'll eat you. Okay, so put it in there. 4,000 calories. Is that one or don't I don't know if I have enough critters for this. You there. What do you drop if I delete you? Four critters. I know. Provide steady gas supply. I'm just gonna backfill that then. In other words, source it from the infinite storage. That doesn't sound as fun. Cooked seafood, 1,000. 1,000 grams. So what's not in here? The barbecue? Did they eat that? I swear, did they eat that? They shouldn't have. Where did it go then? Where do I find more critters? Ah. Or drop it in the freezer? Oh, they might have dropped it in the freezer. Oh, wait, yeah, because then that... Wait, so I should... How do they get that out the freezer then? Do I need 2 different freezers? Okay, we're going to take that off. Allow manual use. And we're only going to... Oh, wait, what? This reminds me of why there was 2 sweepers in my setup. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, so if we take off manual use, and then we can actually open this up. This reminds me why there was 2 sweepers in my setup. That's great. Okay, so we're gonna need a little ranch. Just a little one, though. What is it, 64 tiles? I thought it was 64, so it should be there. Oh, wait. We use a ladder, because otherwise... Oh, wait, I want the smooth hatches as well, because that's one of the achievements. Stable, stable, stable. Oh, it's 96. So it's there. Yeah. Max size for ranches? Yeah, I might have missed that one. Isn't there a way to prevent them... from moving too far? I think I remember it. I'm gonna go 3 over there. Door with tile above. Oh, that is also one of the ways to do it. Right, let's try and get this quickly set up then. Probably would want the auto sweepers doing this as well, eventually. We're just gonna leave it as normal for now. So this is 100, and then I want to do... that with a thing on top of it, and then... Is that enough food? Yeah, so critter feeder, I want one there, one there. We want a critter drop off there. Stations. Critter grooming there. And then That should be everything. I think I added too much on the end there. White airlocks? I don't know. That wasn't an intentional decision. So it was 96. So we need to lose 6. Actually, don't do that yet, because if you don't sweep that, it's going to drive me mad. Lock both of them. So we're going to want those to begin with, and then eventually we're going to want smooth hatch. Smooth hatch them. Right, and then see if we can find any. So they don't even eat metal. So how do you turn a hatch into a smooth hatch? Refine metal with metal ore. Hatch stone. Oh, you do the hatch to stone, then stone to smooth. Okay, so then how would I get a stone one? Stone hatch. I feed them any of this. Oh, okay, so we need to get a stone hatch first. There's so much automation with the hatches that I got rid of, and anyway. Read the description. Stone hatches excrete solid coal as waste and enjoy burrowing into the ground. Comfort, living. So, what's the normal hatch called? I don't know how long it's got left in life, but we're gonna grab it. So that's just called hatch. It's the critter description. Oh, so it has a very low chance. Oh, so we need to feed it sedimentary rock. There we go. Yeah, so it wasn't in the database for some reason. We're also going to do the stone one, because that'll be next. Right, bring us the hatch. Does this count as a stable now? It does. Right, someone move them. Yes. Not to the barbecuer. We also don't need that to be that. I want to use that for the eggs for the hatches now. Because we want hatches before these guys run out. I do set to ranching and skills. I think some of them are. Because look, we used to have ranching in this colony, but we slightly got rid of them. Fred, how you doing? Welcome in for 330 streams. It's Friday, Gotta get down on Friday. How you doing, Fred? It's good to see you. Sorry, I got very distracted there. I did see your message, and then I think I said hello, but I'm not sure if I did. How you doing, Fred? Doing well here? Hey. It's very warm. I don't know if that's the same up there. Everyone is awesome today. Hope you are too. Right, let's hope this one lays an egg before it dies. Oh, it should do, hopefully, because it's not old. It's not too old. Let's hope we get an egg. That is the last hatch we own. We did, we may have killed the second one. But it's fine, because they just need to lay an egg. Oh, look, here's a hatch. Do you drop meat? What is your job? What do? You turn sulfur into that. I need critter meat. Because I don't think we made this. No. What was our issue? No, there wasn't enough barbecue yet. Cooked seafood. That should be in here, right? Does that spoil? If so, that should be in the freezer. That is in there. Oh, they can't reach that? Guess we need a second one. Won't you check if there's meat anywhere? No. So what did they do with the meat? No one here can eat meat. Oh, yeah. It is. You're dead right. Also, can someone move this? Oh, wait, no. Can you do it? Do you need to be over by 1? Yeah, it is. So we need more hatches. I saw the vegetarian crew. Stores 90% of the meat. Oh, we cleared out all of the, that's a shame. We turned all of that to oxygen. And we made tons of clay. But how do I keep the supply of that going? Do I deconstruct this? Oh, maybe not actually. Maybe we can do that just to open up. We can open the door. That also works. I can open that door as well. But this is very pressurized, so we're going to send some of this out into there. Yeah, it's pressurized enough that it's pushing its way through. Did we leave that open? True, recommend for 350 streams. How you doing? True, I think we got raided again, by the way. Look at the amount of oxygen we just put out into the world. Group meeting over, thankfully. Yourself? Yeah, doing good things. Everyone's using this stuff. I don't know if it is. I asked that in the chat and no one spoke English back to me. I see the amount of oxygen has lost frames. What? Because it's doing that? I've always wondered if living in a vacuum would be better for frames. Because there's nothing to calculate. He's over here reading the Matrix. But you lose them at other places. Yeah, that's fair. I'm gonna leave that open for a while. Whoa. Yeah. That can't be good. The computer seems to be handling it. Ah, look, a hatch to kill. Do you drop meat? You do drop meat. And I don't think I need you. Oh, perfect. You just died naturally. Nice. It's not a hatch. If it drops meat, it's extremely useful critter. It's dead now. But we actually use those critters to make nature reserves in here. Oh, we don't have nature reserves in here. Where's our nature reserves? What happened to our nature reserve? Oh, it's because we had to put this in here, because we backed up with carbon dioxide. So if I get rid of that, are we fine again? Is that then going to be a nature reserve? Oh, room size 111. Yeah, no, that was a nature reserve. Aha! Oh, I should have... Okay, let's look. Let's look how long ago we broke that. We broke that 625 cycles ago, and I didn't even realize. But that... If I go to rooms, that's now a nature reserve. Again. What was that achievement we saw about the rooms? Here it is. Get a room. Build at least one of each of the following rooms in a single colony. A nature reserve? Done. Hospital? Done. Recreation room? We have one of them? Yep. A great hall? That's no longer a great hall. Why? It's too big? It's too big by one tile. When and where did that happen by? Etc. How you doing? Typical auction not included time period. People wonder why social going down the toilet. Yep. Hey Deadway in a group project. Right, boom. So now we've got that as well. Great hall. Great hall. A bedroom. That's a luxury barracks. So I don't think that counts. A washroom. A greenhouse and a stable. Greenhouse. Are these not greenhouses? Where's greenhouse? Greenhouse. So, what size is this? Leslie, welcome in. How you doing? I'm pretty sure we used to have a greenhouse, but it didn't do anything. But I want this achievement. And we need a farm station. It's rare to get achievements in this game at the moment, because we're so far into it. He left me flowers. How's everyone doing? Everyone's here at the moment. And a bedroom, but I don't know if the luxury barracks counts as a bedroom. We'll find out when this is made. Farm station needs fertilizer. I just need the room. I just need the room bonus. Drink something? Okay. I got it! I got the achievement. Nice. I just got the achievement, get a room, which means you have one of every room. Nice. That's cool. Have at least one. 70% of players have this achievement. Ah, oh, brilliant. You've just made me feel bad. No way. So 70% of players have that achievement, but reach cycle 100 with at least one living duplicate. Only 22% of players have that. Cycle 100. What's my lowest one? Have a duplicate travel 10,000 by transport tubes. Only 5.9%. Enter the oil biome for the first time. Only 14% of players have ever reached the oil biome. So is the majority of players not able to survive in the game? Only 7% of players have ever reached cycle 365. I don't think this game was as hard as that, though. Launch your first rocket into space, only 5% of that. Build a launch pad. Build a launch pad on a world without a teleporter. Only 2% people have that. I have that too. Have rad bolts travel a cumulative 10 kilometers. What about the other ones? Oh, this tells me the lowest one I have. Survive 100 cycles. Okay, so 0.0% of people have that one. Oh, that's because the that DLC just came out. Produce a data bank using a data miner operating at maximum efficiency. I don't know how we do that one. Don't underestimate how lazy and or... Fair enough. By drink. Yeah, no, that is fair, Fred. That is fair. I need to take a phone call, BRB, no worries. I want to do the produce a data bank using a data miner operating at maximum efficiency. I don't know how that works, though. Because there's this one we have in here. Which, how does that work? While orbiting a planetoid and writing it to a data bank. It's part of the DSC, not from orbital data collection. Oh, not this building. It's from something else. What's it called? Produce a data bank using data miner operating at maximum efficiency. It's got that photo on it though, the data bank. Leslie, appreciate the gifted sub. Hey, it's over to one of the fellow Auction Not Included nerds. Wasn't there an achievement for having a dupe spend wait. There was one for having a dupe stay in space. Ah, here. Have a duplicate in a rocket survive in space for 10 cycles in a row with a morale of 25 or higher. So we would need a very fancy room. Well, this is pretty fancy. You know what? I think they could do that in here. Do we have any people with very limited skills? Maybe some of the newer ones. Yeah, this person doesn't know much. You need fancy food for that achievement? Oh, can't you just do it based on Oh, okay, never mind then. We'll do that one later. We're still trying to figure out this whole food thing. This is 100% a legend. Low-key mod for one of the biggest streamers. And the streamer responsible for this community coming together. Yet you would never know that she's the boss. Mr. Beast. That's still gonna confuse new people, I bet. I really wish work would stop making me do work things when I'm trying not to work. You sound like that. That's exactly what a lot of people here actually say. Can we do that? Can they reach? 1, 2, 3, 4. They should be able to reach that. Work making you do work things is the worst. Oh, do you guys remember I told you that I applied for a job that had like a 7-stage application? I'm on stage 4. I've got to stage 4. I got an email yesterday that I progressed 1 stage. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to make it all the way to 7. Just based off of the other people that have applied for it are very high qualifications. But from my experience, people having qualifications don't mean they're smart. They just know how to follow textbooks. Not everyone, but I have met some people who have quite high level qualifications, and it's very surprising. Whereas I am a qualified plasterer. I know. I know. He does it all. Also, apparently, there's someone who wait, I don't know if I told you this or not. But apparently, someone just started up a business, right? And they've got all of the board of directors and everything like that set up. And they have all of this, like, hierarchy going. But they don't have anyone who knows anything about tech. And somehow they knew someone who knew someone who knew me. And now I'm being, like, a word's being put forward to them about me. And I'm like, okay, as long as they know, I can't create stuff for them. I can learn and run things for them if it already exists. I can't create. I can just manage, if that makes sense. I won't be as long as they know that, brilliant. I can't remember. Oh no, I did tell you that because I just remembered. Someone said, yeah, but you have a threat. And I'm like, yeah, I'll just get threat to do the work. Makes the same. Great money, way smarter. I only have a high school diploma. Nothing wrong with that. Most of the jobs I've gotten in my long career have been the result of me knowing someone there. Cue the last night message from Bob about the... Cue the late night message how to resurrect a downed system. Right, it would be worse than that. I'll probably set it on fire. I'll press the wrong input and then it's like, oh, we have an egg. Look at that. We have sustained the hatch population. Sometimes I hear myself and I'm like, yeah, diagnoses are due. Look, we got an egg. Make sure you get the egg out. The egg is out and it's in the incubator. Oh, that's a point, because we do have an egg cracker. I recently got one of them worm-looking things for my grapefruit farm, and that has been amazing. Well, I haven't even got there yet with that. Ah, perfect. We're back up to max water supply. It's been a while. Fret, don't even do that. Fret. Fret. That's amazing. I'll type the wrong command. That one is, there'll be more that won't have a place to go. Yeah, and then we'll eat them. Then we'll eat the extra. Right. Way harder than college. I'll be honest, I don't think working up a company, well, it depends what the company is. I've worked up companies, and all I've really found is that if you work up a company, they don't pay you what you deserve for the job that you're doing, because they'll give you like, oh yeah, we'll raise your whatever, you'll pay £500 a year. And it's like, sweet, I got a pay rise. But if you joined the company at that role, it would be like thousands higher. That's happened to me many a times in companies. They're like, we'll offer you more money if you do this. I'm like, sweet, more money. And then before you know it, you're overworked, underpaid. So what I ended up doing was, when I recently spoke to a recruitment agency, they said, why have you got so many jobs that last around a year? And I was like, well, normally I'll work up a company, I'll get promoted within it many a times throughout that year, the pay doesn't follow it, and when I realize that I'm being overworked and underpaid and they haven't correctly balanced me with the other employees, I leave. And that happens often because I'm not very good at doing the minimum. But that's because I spot something that needs to change, and then I change it, and then the management's like, hey, this guy's doing his job. And then that was a great impression of management. I helped every 6 years or so. So you're right. It's the only way to get better salaries. Literally, yeah. I would be very interested if I get this job that I've applied for. I mean, it's an external interview, and then if that goes well, then it's a formal internal interview. And I have a suit. I'm ready to wear it. I'll be honest, if I get the job, stream schedule will probably change. Most definitely will probably change. But as I've said for the last 3 or 4 years, IRL takes priorities, and hopefully that works both ways. Oh, that one's about to return. I want to watch and see if this works. It's good at the work and the problems are so rewarding. That's fair. Hey, Peggy just redeemed VIP. Redeemed for etc. Etc. becoming a VIP? Does that mean etc. is still Gutty's etc.? Or was I Gutty's Bob? I don't know. Oh no! I've got a doctor's appointment in 13 minutes. No one told me the time. Wait, I need to do this VIP quickly. I was Bob's etc. Hey. Right, community, roles manager, add a role for etc. VIP. We've got 23 VIPs. It's after 10. Do I finish at 10 a.m. for you? This is such a bad time to stream. Why did I pick 12? Right, hopefully. Are you VIP now? Did it work? Bye. Go. What if I don't want to go? I don't know. It did. What if I want to stay now? Okay, bye YouTube. Alright, YouTube's gone. Right, dismiss that.